The grid roads were actually a genius idea. You just had 4 fields in a square, and then on that square, you put a road around it, and you just have that going for all of Saskatchewan, basically. That's why there's over 100,000 roads in Saskatchewan. But the problem is, these roads aren't that maintained. Oh boy, she's a windy one today. Yikes! Here's a common example of overgrading. This is when the blade is put down too far, and then it isn't even really dirt anymore. So then, in the winter, this basically just turns into sheer ice. And right here is an example of undergrading, where you get a whole bunch of giant rocks on the road that wreck your undercarriage if you have a small car. And on the side of all these grid roads, there's also a patch of grass that is completely dead because it was under a whole bunch of gravel for the entire summer, and now it can't regenerate. Which, I mean, isn't a problem. It makes the road wider, but we don't exactly need wider roads. Now, this is one of the many signs of undergrading. When you have an actual crop that grows on the road successfully, and you technically could harvest it, there's just not enough of it here. But this is a very common sign of not grading the road at all. This is what happens when you don't grade it at all. There's also a very few amount of signs allowed on grid roads, and here are a few of the following signs that are allowed. A sign indicating that the road ends, because we obviously cannot see that the road ends. Down there is another example of a road ending sign. This is the Slow Watch for Children sign. It is allowed, but there are special rules. For example, it's only allowed on one side of the farm, and on all the other roads going past the farm, it is not allowed. Look, a very rare occurrence, a vehicle on a grid road. Wave the rail phenomenon goodbye. Here is my testing facility where I figure out what type of gravel the road is. Following are types of gravel on grid roads. See, this is the good gravel. It's actually rocky and you can get traction when you're driving tractors and stuff. This is the type I prefer. This is the type the RM prefers. It's not even really gravel, it's just dust. And there's the common in between, where there's a couple rocks, but most of it is still dust. Then there's the common grass. And then lastly, just rocks. Anybody want to take a guess to what this used to be? Oh, someone's honking at me.